Hello everybody, it's me, Hyperwarskun here, and welcome back to WRL. We are here at round number 5 to the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm very excited for today's race. We've got 10 eager drivers waiting for today's race, all of whom are looking to pick out those 26 points. As we know, obviously, the win and fastest lap nowadays. But the question is, can they do it? As we are ready for the race today, I'm here as your only commentator. That's just unfortunately the norm now. Here for WRL, but that doesn't concern me. What concerns me is what happens here today. So if you excuse me, I'm just going to link the stream into all our chats, and then I'll read out the drivers and constructors. So let me do the links first. Stream links. There we go. Just chuck them in the chat and I'll put them in the main WRL chat so all the races in the league can come and watch our stream today. Obviously I'd love to get to talk to all of you, see how you're all doing, and as usual do podium interviews, blah blah blah. Same old, same old. So now the links are in. I will start to read out the drivers' standings. There we go. In first is currently RK with 60 points, who is tied actually with Legende, also on 60 points. So first and second there, very, very close. In third is DCL with 42 points. Fourth is VRT TAC with 35 points, who again can't make it today. In fifth is Machine Fisher with 23 points, who cannot make it today. In sixth is Paraplayers with 22 points. In seventh is Pardrick with 18 points. In eighth is Jamie Morris with 15 points, who will be back from his holiday next week. In ninth is Q-Tip with 12 points. In 10th is Hazard with 8 points. In 11th is Delta with 7 points. 12th is Owen Cat with 4 points. And everyone else has got no points at this current point in time. Meanwhile, in the constructors, Red Bull are currently leading with 75 points. Williams are second with 60. Ferrari are third with 58. Renault are fourth with 35. Alfa are fifth with 30. Toro Rosso sixth with 21. Racing Point next with 20. Toro Rosso had 22. Racing Point next with 21 due to their old drivers. However, I'm unsure what's going on with that, or if they're going to leave, whether. So we'll have to ask about that. Haas and McLaren are tied 8th and 9th with 12 points, and Mercedes are last with 10, due to them never actually having a driver, and any of them who they have had have unfortunately moved on to bigger and better things, aka Haas or Alpha. I'm actually just trying to find out who was the first out on the lap. I believe it could have been Hazard, but it might also be Swanee. The feeling it's Swanee. Yeah. So we're going to watch Swanee for his lap. And so yeah, we'll just watch this. Now to all of you who are watching the stream, welcome. It's great to see you all here. You know, obviously, back for another WRL race. As usual, excuse my PS4, I've tried so damn much to cool it, it just doesn't work. It's annoying me to hell and back. So just lump it or leave it. All I'm going to say. The stream's actually not coming up on my YouTube, so I'm actually going to have to go onto the WRL YouTube channel myself and have a little look, see. As welcome Robbie to the stream. Obviously you're in my party currently, but you know, I'm not there with you because I muted you. Ha 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 ha. I see we have Swanee going around at the end of, well, this is technically the start of Sector 2. He's using up all his hot lap in this lap. I don't know if Spain's one of those tracks where you can use hot lap for the most of it. But the most tracks I know don't really allow hot lap throughout all of it. At least not the longer ones. I mean, Austria could, but Austria there's not really many hard braking points, so you know, I don't really find Spain to be one of those tracks where it's easy to keep up hot lap, but he's done it anyways. We have a wild DCL there just pulling to the side. That could ruin DCL's lap time for next lap. But anyway, so when he's out on these softs, he's looking to be setting maybe 119 here. No, so 120.5, which puts him onto pole. Q-Tip should be the next round, if I'm not mistaken. He's on the mediums here. It's looking to go a bit slower than Swanee's. Ran out of ERS already, but sets a 119.1, putting him on pole. Hazard may have had his lap disqualified as Delta comes through with a 129.5. Not sure what happened there, but Hazard is going back into the pits. And looking at it, I couldn't see much damage, so I'm not sure. DCL went back into the pits. Paraplays is coming through the final sector as we speak. Obviously, he's on his outlap. I wonder what time he will set in the Toro Rosso here today. Luckily for him, he's the only guy in his team, so he is very lucky. And in fact, the only team with 2 drivers would be the Ferraris. And we have no Williams today, as Legende is unfortunately not here, and Cam has not shown up again. So it's unfortunate, but everyone's going to get some points in today's race. Oh no, Legende is here, never mind. So what team are we missing? We've got Swanee in the Merc, Ferrari, yep, Red Bull, yep. Oh no, we've got no Renaults. All Force Indias, in fact. And we do have 2 McLarens as well. Durazo making its debut race today. Yeah, we have 2 Force Indias. Well, no Force Indias, as both Robbie and Shezdan left the league, unfortunately, due to a collision last week that we weren't able to catch. Oh no, I think that we did catch, actually, but it's a massive argument about it. And we have no Renaults, because I actually have no idea who the Renaults are. My apologies, guys. I'll go check that now, actually. Who are the Renaults? I think one of them's TAC. The Renaults, Sam Saunders and VRC TAC, yep. Sam Saunders said he couldn't make it quite a lot earlier this week. Which is unfortunate. Would have loved to see Sam get his first points, but that doesn't matter as Para sets a 121 dead on. Quite a way behind Swanee as Draza actually set a 120 dead on as well. We'll go watch Padre here going for his soft lap. Delta set a brand new time of 122.2, which gets him a little bit faster. Q-Tip currently though in the lead of this 20 session. Obviously our next Legendaries coming out with DCL, RK and Hazard. All get to set a lap. Half the drivers have set a lap though, and it could be interesting who sets a good lap, as we have some lag problems here with Padrick, which will not help his cause. And I actually don't want to watch this, is how laggy it is. So we're going to watch RK instead in the Red Bull. The man who's carrying his team whilst Jamie's on holiday. Currently top of the standings, drawing with Legende, so any points he can gain over Legende today will be good. However, with that being said, he may struggle a bit today. Spain's not one of his favourite tracks, so it could mean that RK is going down a few positions. Whereas on the other hand, Legende is very, very quick around Spain. I believe it's one of his really good tracks, having known him for quite a while. So this could be a dominant Legende win again. But you can't count out anyone else. Q-Sip and Draza do look good today, and they could be getting some key points. As RK just runs out of ERS as he comes across the line to put it in second place. Only 2 tenths behind Q-Tip. I wonder what that will get him. As DCL actually sets a 1 minute 20.1. Just put himself behind Draza, who actually set his lap time on the softs. So Draza being the fastest person on softs at the moment. Padrick is still out there though. Well, there's no back into the pit, sorry. After I think he must have got into the gravel. But Hazard and Legende are the last two not to have set a lap yet. Hazard at the end of this DRS straight, Legende just at the start of it. Both of them differing in tyres, differing in cars, also differing in numbers. I actually can't see the Williams number from here. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if I could. But yeah, you know what I mean, guys. But anyway, here comes Hazard going through the last few corners. That could have been an invalid lap there. I'm not sure that it is, but knowing this F1 game, it could have been. Nope, it's not. And it's at a 1:19.7, making him the fastest soft runner at the moment. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3 as Legende went off the field. He sets a 1:24.3, but we know for him that he could do a lot better than that. As Padrick comes out of the pits, the number 6 car, he will be looking for a quick lap today. Only a hard runner so far, which is something you don't really see around Spain too much, just a sole hard runner. Spain's tyre wear isn't the greatest, but Padrick here today could be out to set some very, very good laps on these hards, or at least attempt to. Unfortunately, his lag's not going to be something that helps anyone. So yellow flag in Sector 2, but I believe that's just the overtakes here. Legende is obviously coming back in. Delta's starting a brand new lap, so we'll go watch him and compare his times between all his sectors. He's broken off there into the third corner. Something you don't really want to do, at least not till the end. You kind of want to keep your car in there. Not go too narrow either into the fourth or fifth corners technically. And you kind of want to be able to just exit out cleanly. As he's taken that one pretty well for himself, as RK is a 1:18.9, improving his lap time, beating Q-Tip. Now here's Delta going to the edge of the straight, hitting 306 kilometers per hour. Not the closest to the apex, as he could lose it slightly on the end there. He'd have to go quite slow around this short, well, long right-hand corner. As his time's already looking to be at least in the 120s compared to other people's lap times around here. As his ERS has gone, this could be a 121 for him. And yes, it is a 121.6, 6/10 off power plays. As he go back to Padrick now. Obviously, he needs to set at least a 121.6 to be, well, in the top 8. But technically, you know, it doesn't really matter as everyone's in the top positions. But he's running out of ERS quite rapidly, as he's using it all up this lap. He's got to set a good lap time. It's looking good so far. It could be in the 119s. No, it's just hit the 120s, and he's just behind Draza. But he's beating his teammate, who set his time on the mediums. Padrick has, well, he's really done well there, considering that most people's best, especially in front of him, have been on harder tyres. Everyone behind him has been, oh no, it's not harder tyres, softer tyres. Actually no, everyone's been on softer tyres, so he is currently looking the best out of them all, in theory. But his teammate DCL will not give up, as he's going out on a soft lap himself. The track evolving quite a bit. This could be DCL's chance of redemption. And by redemption I mean overtaking his teammate. And by chance I mean, like, come on, if you're only a 10th behind, going to a better tyre surely should give you that opportunity. But there's a yellow flag in Sector 1, I'm just hoping that's not Para. But speaking of Para, I think he's about to set a brand new lap time. It should be his 121, it's a 120.1, and he's just beaten DCL there as well. Ooh, that is close. He's very close to Padrick and Draza too. But speaking of DCL, he's about to come home for a 1:18.8 1:18.8, putting him top of the table a tenth faster than RK, whom currently is in the pits. Hazard is on a brand new outlap. His best time was on the mediums, not mediums, sorry, softs. So he's looking to improve that as well. Drazza the same, also on softs. I think Power is staying out. I don't know if he's doing another lap. Nope, he's not. So we will be watching Hazard for his flying lap here, as he comes through the last corner ready to start his flying lap. I'd say to realistically be in the top 5 at this point in time, you'll need a 1:19.5. With how the track's going to evolve in the next, by the end of this session, I think the top 5 will be within the 1:19.5s. But we'll have to wait and see for that, as we'll keep on board with Hazard. Looking quite strong at the moment, and he's currently in 4th place. A good lap here should set him up well for the race. Hopefully he'll be able to get into the podium spots too. However, again, that is something we'll have to push on for. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. He's invalidated his lap time here, which means he's having to go slow and conserve his ERS. He's causing a yellow flag, as you see Drazza starting his lap. Power also going slow on his lap. Not sure what he's doing there, but a lot of people going back onto outlaps on these softs. So either everyone's starting on the softs, or it's going to be rain. Or there's going to be rain in like the first 5 minutes. So, you know, just saying. But nevertheless, currently we are watching Drazza on his debut race, might I remind you. Currently in 6th position. Has to get 2 tenths quicker to beat Swanee, whom is on, well, who's also coming on an outlap. It's looking good so far for Drazza, but he's running out of ERS very, very quickly. He won't even get to the straight by the time he runs out of it here, as he's run out, and it will only be a 1:19.4, but that is enough to put him in 4th place. And like I said, 1:19.5s should be 5th place here. So we're actually going to go watch 2nd place RK here, who's looking... Oh, nope, we're not going to go watch him. Hey, ignore me on that one then, kids. We're going to watch Hazard corner cut and just go into the pits. No. You know what? Para's on a lap, but Pardrick is currently the man I'm viewing. Running out of ERS yet again. Not looking good for him so far. Again, he needs just over 2 tenths to beat Swanee here. This time Partridge will be on the same tires as him though, instead of on the hards. In all fairness, it might have been better him staying on the hards, as he only improved just slightly to a 1:20.0. So the yellow flag in Sector 3, I'm not sure who it is. Could have been Para going back into the pits. Drazza's not on a lap. Q-Tip is. RK is now as well. Drazza's also starting on his lap. We're going to go back to Swanee, who's also on a lap, which most people should be. Nexus Legende is out on his lap too. Delta's still on an out lap. I'm not sure he'll make it with 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Delta is unfortunately out. So is Para. Hazard retires. Swanee's just got to finish this lap, and then he is done. Will it be within the 1:19.5s, like I said? 118, 119, no, it's a 119.6 that he gets in 5th place, but Draza beats it with 119.4, just behind his teammate Q-Tip. Next is Legende goes pole of 117.89, which is a whole second faster than DCL. RK will be the last man, or will be on the last man to set a lap. Patrick retires with a 120.021. He could have started on the hards, but if there's rain, he's probably still kicking himself. Either way, it's probably a loss either way for him. As RK sets a 118.5, DCL with a 118.2. Draz is the last man who needs to finish, and he's off into the pits. A good quali session there for Nexus Legende, who comes from the back, last minute, steals himself pole position. Yeah. Both of the McLarens on the second and third row respectively, in 4th and 5th. Swanee getting 6th place, I believe, on his debut race as well. Not sure though, and don't quote me. And as we round out with Para plays at the bottom with DSY Delta, whom are current. Well, Partridge, Para, and Delta look like the three who could be set for quite a rough race today. Nothing, excuse me, I'm gonna have some drink. Well, that's non-alcoholic, because I don't do that when I'm being not paid. But here's a word from our sponsors. Highland Spring, the water for everyone. Oh dear. Legende, DCL, RK, Q-Tip, Razab, Swanee, Hazza, Partridge, Para, and Delta. That's everyone. And Q-Tip was still on the mediums. He could have got pole. Could have, probably wouldn't have, but could have still got pole. As I just dropped my bottle there onto the floor. So yeah. Sounds like a good sponsor. Thank you. You know, this is the drink that I have every night. Just some nice water. It's cold, refreshing, and it may drip a bit. And oh my gosh, it's raining! What a surprise! Yeah, it may be it may be a bit wet sometimes, and it leaves my table quite soggy. But it's really refreshing, and on hot days like today, it's very good just to have down here whilst I'm commentating or whilst I'm going to sleep. So this will last me the whole night. So yeah, very good. And thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Back to F1. Thanks, Jeff. Dear. I'm not a comedian, I swear. So don't worry about me. Drazza's just the guy we're waiting for. We have a formation lap this time, just to let everyone know. £10 on someone locking up into the first corner. Well, it's obviously not going to be Partridge, because he doesn't use braking assist, which doesn't turn everything on. Because, well, we obviously know everyone's tyres wet. Position changes are what we care about. So I don't know if Swanee actually got off the line there, but it looks like Delta got off quite smoothly. We're watching him as he could make his first and only overtake of this race. Jokes. Hey Delta, you're using up your ERS. Stop. So just going for the pack. Pardrick is holding people up here. Yeah, that's kind of what I do, says Pardrick. Be cool if we had a mini map just for the commentators, so we knew everyone was. Or at least a mini map, but instead of like with the car colour, you have a number in it, so then you know what position's where. Like you do in IGP Manager, which is also a sponsor for today's video. It's a great mobile game that's like Motorsport Manager, except it's free and online with your friends. You can join leagues around the world, race at whatever time suits you, as long as it's on the hour. think, probably. And, you know, you can do what you like with your team. You can customize your drivers. You can do almost anything with them. You can train them, make them better, name them what you like. You can make your team as good as you like. And it's got an official calendar from a few years back with tracks like Turkey, the European Grand Prix, and it doesn't have Abu Dhabi. So it's great to buy. Also, it doesn't have Russia. Oh, wait, no, it does have Russia, damn it. Never mind. But oh well. Anyway, here we are back with F1 at Spain. As we see Delta's the last man to line up on track just behind Paraplays. And yeah, Patrick does have bad lag. Not sure why though. As he got the 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix at round 5 of WRL. The lights are out. Away we go. Patrick gets a drive-through penalty for a jump start there, as he actually goes down behind Paraplays. We'll see at the front here next to Legende, getting off of a good start. Q-Sip overtaking DCL, but DCL gets back through as a dive bomb there from Swanee on Hazard. RK's gone down like a million places. And like, by that I mean 6, 5, 3. Draza down a few too. Patrick being pressured here by Para, and Delta just solidly at the back of that little battle, as it's going too wide between Draza and Patrick. Patrick has got the inside for the first corner. Will he get to the inside for the second? No, he won't, but Draza overtakes as Delta is able to overtake Para here, but Para gets Delta, Draza and Patrick back. So I think there's a little bit of a crash there. It's going to be a crash fest today. Not sure how long this rain will last. And yeah, I know you're Para. I did realise, Ash. My boy. Easily. But anyway, Hazard, braking very, very late there. Hits into the back of Swanee, I'm pretty sure that was. Speaking of Swanee, here's RK on the back of him. Hazard now has to trundle back to the pit lane with very little grip. Patrick is on the back of Paraplays, who's with Draza as well. Can't really see much in this rain, so I'm not going to use cockpit cam for that much time. But nonetheless, we'll stay with Patrick. No, he goes into the pits next to Legende. Goes through to set the fastest lap as Draza went miles wide there. RK still behind Swanee. He's making the overtake. No, he's not making the overtake. Ignore me, guys. But Q-Tip and DCL are fighting like cat and dog. Patrick coming out of the pit lane now. I don't know if that was a fresh... Was that class to stop? Nope. He was just doing his drive-through penalty. Hazard didn't actually lose that much of his wing, in all fairness. I think it could have just been lag there. But Swanee currently up into 4th. Q-Tip up to 3rd. RK with the second worst start today, followed, well, with Patrick, as Draza actually has the worst of -4 positions so far. Let's see the yellow flag in sector 2. DCL is out. He crashes it on the main back straight, and he is gone. I'll mute him just very, very quickly to see if he wants to co-comms with me. Yo, DCL, you want to come and be co-comms with me?
I'm just getting out the car, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. What happened there?
Just one momento.
As Patrick's going about to the MotoGP track. Great one. As Q-Tip sets the fastest lap of 1:37.3, now in open air.
Alright, I'm up here in the commentary box. What's going on?
Well, what's going on is some guy called DCL has had a crash.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh yeah, I feel like that. Next question, please. At least you get a point though.
So what's happened is I have came out of that corner and I have accelerated too early and I have lost my rear end.
And
I'm backing Robbie to not do too well in this race. I don't like the Red Bulls. You see, they're a bit
They're a bit what?
narcissistic.
Oh yeah, and Ferraris aren't.
No.
As Paris has overtaken
look
Hazard, who's gone very deep.
I'm sorry to interrupt you here, but like, look at Porter just carrying the flag. I'm so proud of him. Like, I've taught him well as he attempts to take the reins today. If he doesn't get at least a podium, I think there's going to have to be a driver change in Ferrari.
So what are you saying? Swap him for Delta?
No, what I'm saying is that I control the Ferrari team. It's my team, like, so what I say goes.
Well, no matter
And
what
as
you
it
say,
stands,
it can't be as good as the battle here that we're going to have between Q-Tip and Nexus Legende for the lead.
I must say, Legendo's quick in the drive, but he's like a slug in the ring. He's not good at all. I'm calling him out. I'm calling everybody out, matter of fact, apart from my teammate.
Well, you may not be calling your teammate out, but
This is how it is. You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm going to call out this good move from RK up the inside of Swanee, which puts RK into third, and now he's in that front fight, only 1.7 seconds behind, and he is gaining on them slightly. Probably not, I don't know.
I just like to make this clear, right? I don't give a fiddler's fuck, right? I'll say whatever I want, right? Because I run Ferrari, right?
No.
RKI, you'll do nothing. Nexus Legente, you'll do nothing. Q-Tip, you'll do nothing. Swanee, you'll do nothing. Paraplays, you'll do nothing. Haz, you'll do nothing. DSY Delta, you'll do nothing. Razor, you'll do nothing. Podrick, you're gonna do bits for the Ferrari team today.
No, he's not. But we can't push.
This is how it is, right?
We can't push anyone down. Podrick could still make a comeback. He's only gone down one position.
Legente's off. I can't believe it.
And he's going side by
here now.
I'll let you say that. Q-Tip going the long way.
There now.
Q-Tip's going to be outside to this next corner. This will not be good for him at all.
This is mental. Oh, there's contact. I can't believe it. Yellow flags.
Q-Tip gains first place. RK now up into third. Swanee closing in on this battle to get a flag somewhere as well. It's probably Hazard, probably not, I don't know. As you're watching RK make his leap of faith.
I don't care if RKI is Irish, right? He's a fucking plastic paddy. Tell you that.
Listen, man, this is a PG channel according to WRL TAC, so.
See him. Fuck him. Right?
No.
Now, if you excuse me, I have a driver's briefing to go to, right?
Okay. As Delta has just been overtaken by Podrick, who's now up into 7th. As Delta tried to make a move there. Drazza's off into the pits. He was probably the yellow flag. But now it's this battle for the rest of the... Well, I say squad, I mean for the rest of the race. The top four here, all very close to each other. RKI's lost out here to Swanee.
RKI,
who's up the inside.
You'll do nothing. You'll do
I thought you left.
Nothing.
I thought you left.
Nah, I'm still lurking about.
Oh dear. RKI now down to 4 tenths behind Swanee. This is not fun for him as Drazza's still in the pit lane. He's quite a while away from Delta, who's in the next sector. But RKI versus Swanee is
listening to the Ferrari radio. This is a radio. We are going to be going for plan A, Podrick, plan A, box in 5 lap.
Anyway. RKI making the move on Swanee here, down the inside, were really poor. But okay camera angle for that overtake. As he now makes his way up into 3rd place, onto the podium. And he's now got to catch Nexus Legende.
Christian Horner patches into the radio now. It's the Red Bulls. Robbie, this is Christian here. We're going to need you to go a little bit quicker. You're currently...
Gasly. Oh wait.
Alright, so the actual commentator's on the job now.
Yeah, wait, what? The actual commentator, who's that? Who's that?
Martin Brundle, me.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, I'm Chris Harrison.
No, I'm
I'll
Alan
just
Smith.
be Chris Rock. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
I'll
Alan
be
Smith.
Martin Tyler.
Yes,
I'll be Martin
lads.
Tyler.
Let's go. Anyway, next agenda now down 8
I'll
tenths
be
behind
Jeff.
Q-Tip.
Alright, he's a tough cookie. Tell him that. He's a tough cookie.
Jeff, you're
Only
enough.
FIFA
Shut
player
up.
gets.
RKI up to 1.3 seconds behind Nexus Legende. Again, the difference between them two is 0 points. So they're both on the same amount of points. That is the
As we
battle.
patch into the Ferrari radio again, sorry about this, Martin Brundle here. This is Plan B, Plan B, Plan B, Plan B, box in 6 laps. Sorry about that.
As Hazard gets a time penalty of 3 seconds. But anyway, RK and Nexus Legende both need to win the race between the two of them. Both of them on 60 points.
As we patch into the Red
Oh,
Bull
for
radio
fuck's
now,
sake.
very sorry about this. This is Christian Robbie. It seems like we're having some power issue problems. This is the Hondas, not our fault. Keep it going though, keep it going.
Anyway, as we've now lost out as a... I don't even know my train of thought there. I think it was Delta who just picked up a time penalty of 3 seconds too. As he's trying to catch up to Pardrick now.
As we patch into the Ferrari radio
Oh, for
again.
fuck's sake.
Plan C, Plan C, Plan C, box in 5 laps. Strategy now all the time as they're trying to get some points here.
They don't know what
As,
they're doing.
They're fighting for the constructors. Oh, it looks like we're going to the Williams cam now of the garage. It looks like they're
Legendes are
they're
in deep
dipping
again.
they're dipping their custard creams into their tea as we speak.
Claire is not happy currently. As her star driver currently in second place, technically first, in the standings, is not doing so well. In fact, he's losing out to the Red Bull behind him. There's a yellow flag in sector 2/3. I don't know who the bloody hell it is. It's Hazard UK, I think, probably. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess. But back to the battle that's actually important. Here goes
Passing the Ferrari radio again.
Shut the fuck up, your Ferrari radio.
Podrick, go quicker, you're catching.
Thanks for saying it's a nice stream, whoever that was. Hey, do you wanna...
Toothpaste versus Navy jeans. Here we go.
Do you wanna, like, instead of pretending to do some radios... Oh, Hazard's gone into the pits. Do you wanna, like, go
Podrick,
read stream
Podrick,
chat?
I can't believe it. I can't believe stream chat.
Not stream
Good
track
idea.
chat. Stream. You know, and try and
Sounds like
pronounce
a
this
good
guy's
idea.
name.
I will.
Okay, as RKI still behind Nexus Legende. Can he get him on this next straight? Obviously no DRS, but Legende seems to have a very loose back end, just like your mother, Aideen.
Wow.
Wow, I thought it was a PG stream.
Yanis Kokolakis.
As
Thank you
RKI's
for,
gone down
for
the
saying
inside.
stream. Oh, Legende's off.
He's done it.
Oh,
He's made
I
the
can't
overtake
believe
on
it,
the
Jeff.
Williams. RKI now leads the championship by 3 points, in theory. It's only theory because the race isn't over. There's still 25 laps to go. 25 laps? Oh, so long.
I would just like to say, Ashley Cullen, there's no need to abuse the Ferrari driver like that, telling him that he has bad lag, okay? It's not his fault that he is the best team in the world, okay? Okay?
No.
Thank you.
See, the next Legend making quite a lot of mistakes today. It could mean that Swanee has a possibility of getting a podium. And Swanee definitely didn't think it was likely today that he'd get a podium. But I think it'd be nice to see. Do you think it'd happen, Dean?
As it stands, probably not. I think Nexus Legente is still the better driver. But as it stands, I'm definitely rooting for
Pardrick, oh no.
for the Red Bulls
Can you
not
stop?
to win.
Can you
But
stop?
Pordrick's up into P6 here, and I'm quite happy about it.
You like the FIA? Completely and utterly biased towards Ferrari.
Ferrari International Assistance.
Oh, as Legende's lost it a bit there. That has helped Swanee immensely.
So Swanee, he lost it as well. He went off a little bit.
Yeah, I know, and I saw that. But Legende's losing.
Loses the rear end.
This could be close. Could be very, very close. Legende might have had a dry setup on today, as it looks like Swanee is just matching Legende's mistakes. I know sometimes cars just follow each other, but come on, you got to capitalise on these sometimes.
As we move on down to the Ferrari International Assistance Board.
Oh my God.
It appears as they come towards the line. It says McLaren drive-through penalty. Oh no, that says Ferrari drive-through penalty. What is going on? Is this a new strategy by the International Assistance? I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. It looks like anyone from like really fifth down has quite a big gap away from them. As currently I think Hazard and Drazza are the only two people that have actually made stops so far. Both of whom on to... Oh, Hazard's onto the Inters, Drazza's onto the wets. Hazard is not really thinking far ahead.
I still think this is... Oh, and Hazard's gone. He's just spun. This is... I was about to say I still think it's a bit too wet, just like your mother, George. But that's a very, very unfortunate thing for Hazard there.
Yeah, he's now lost another heap of time to DSY Delta, who can now have a free pit stop to make it in front of Hazard.
DSY Delta seems like he has no ERS in the car as we look onto the steering wheel here. Looks like there's a little thing that just popped up there. It said we have a cheating in the car. Oh wow, so he's cheating.
So he's brought back
he drives for Alpha. He's basically Ferrari International Assistance.
Yeah, he brought back Kurz for this season.
We watch on now to the Mercedes car and the Red Bull car and the Toro Rosso car and the McLaren car and the Williams car, which all actually have cheating components. So as it stands, the Ferrari of Podrick number 6 is in P1.
What I do want to know though is if Swanee can make it to Legende before the wetness breaks.
Well, from what we see on the weather radars, it's not until the last two boxes of the race time that it's going to dry up to Inters. So as it stands, it's probably another 10, maybe 15 laps
of this wet weather, which you can technically do with no stops.
Well, I don't think the tyres are really capable of reaching the end here, but what I would do if I was a driver, I would go all the way until the time for Inters came out.
Oh, as Legende's lost the back end again, but I don't think that one was too bad. However, the time has gone down to 0.4 seconds. And this is just slowing Swanee down more than it is helping him, really. Legende making lots of mistakes.
Into the Red Bull garage here. Inters and wets have same pace. Inter's probably quicker. Oh, that's what I heard from Robbie.
You mean Hazard?
To go on to the Inters here.
Thought you said it wasn't time for a change.
As the Red Bull and the McLaren crew are out. The McLaren crew are out for Razzer, but maybe not for Q-Tip. The Red Bull crew seem to be out. There's only one Red Bull driver today.
Oh, Swanee's done deep there.
He's going in. Here we go.
Into the pits, RKI goes next to the Legende, staying out. So is Swanee. Can Swanee make the move down this straight? He's got enough ERS to do it.
Throwing on the Inters here.
Swanee's not put up his ERS at all. He's got past RKI. Can he get past Legende? He's not.
Looks like the Ferrari crew are out there now, Jeff.
As Paramount Plays has made his way past RKI2, Podrick unfortunately won't be able to make his way past.
Oh, as Podrick doesn't go in even though the mechanics were out. RKI now, he comes out on the Inters. It's time for him to set some nice fast laps.
The top four still yet to stop. Podrick and Delta also yet to stop.
Could this be RKI's break to get into the first position? Hopefully not.
As Delta finally makes his way in to slap on some brand new tyres. But it looks like Nexus Legende is currently getting better times. Word on Hazard. With his tyres so far.
These seem to be much quicker, if I'm being honest.
As Delta's now behind. Come on, Swanee! Swanee! He's going up the inside. But he's not close enough. No, he is. Deep there. He is. Legende's gone deep. Swanee will have the inside line, but he's backed out of it. He's let Legende through. As I think that's Drazo behind them.
I think it's the McLaren picture out now, if I'm correct. It is. Same with the Williams, I think.
Oh, Q-Tip almost hit the pole there as well, which was dangerous.
I come through into first.
Legende goes in,
car carries on.
And Swanee stays out. That was kind of weird. Legende hit the pole there as well, but Swanee finishes his lap and continues on.
Doesn't seem to be any damage as RKI might come out in first place now. Q-Tip just out of his box. He's heading down.
Para continues on into the pits. And here we have RKI into pole position. Well, not pole, sorry, but into net first. That's what I meant.
Yes, net first.
Net first, actually second.
That was a good call by the Red Bull team. Good strategy there.
Yeah, staying out an extra lap may not be good for some drivers, but we'll have to look at DSY Delta. Can he catch up to Pardrick? Or even can Hazard catch up?
Swanee is now only 9 seconds ahead of RKI, and it's about a 20-something second pit stop. He's lost a lot of time now. He might even drop down to P5.
As Hazard sets the fastest lap yet again. Has he beaten Pardrick though? Yes, he has. He's beaten Pardrick out the pit lane. Hazard is up to 6th place.
This is the Ferrari crew we're talking into now. Pardrick, one of the tires is not on properly. We are going to have to be careful. Well, can you believe that?
Wow.
That's RKI in net first now. Just around the corner from Swanee. Swanee's lost out big time. He was only 5 tenths behind RKI, but now he's going to be a good 20. 15 maybe.
Possibly though, Swanee could be just trying to keep his tyres.
He's not continuing.
He could be keeping these wets just in case it goes to dry completely.
I don't think we're going to get dry today.
Because to me, it looks like the rain's still coming down quite heavy. But RKI, with the fast lap of the race, Drazo even lapping himself from Swanee here. Just had to take a drink from that Highland water that I advertised a lot earlier. Cough, cough. But Q-Tip has gained back up some time, it looks like, to RKI. Don't know if RKI made a mistake.
As I said before, the RKI and the Red Bull team do have engine problems, but they're continuing on.
And by engine problems, what do you mean by that? RKI's trigger is broken or something?
No, lack of Honda power. GP2.
Okay, well anyway, no.
GP2 engine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but no.
RKI's up on the back of Swanee now. Swanee's lost out big time. Absolute bottle job Mercedes-Benz AMG Petronas. Reminds me of the 2019 Formula 1 real life season.
Well, Ferrari bottled it. Oh my gosh, Partridge going very, very quick and deep into that corner.
Partridge really going too deep there, apparently. I think the Ferrari crew are going to have something to say about the name calling here.
As he's actually caught up very, very nicely to Hazard.
Swanee's in.
RKI set the fast lap, followed by Q-Tip beating it. Hazard being caught very, very quickly by the Ferrari here. Apparently PSN is undergoing maintenance too.
Will Para get in there? Probably not.
Para probably will actually get this position on Swanee. Just by the fact that
Swanee's now accelerating.
Fair point. But Para will have a higher top speed in theory. This could be... Oh, it's not close at all.
No, it's way too far. Right, I will be back in a few minutes.
Partridge on the back of Hazard now. He's got all the overtake mix in the world. Probably going rich on his fuel as well. Hazard defending like a champ and actually looks quite a lot quicker. as it seems that he will keep his 6th position for another day, or maybe a lap or two. Hazard obviously on worn intermediates so far. Oh, as again Partridge has gone deep. Will he dive bomb for the next corner? He's took the chance, but he's broke off early just to get right near the rear wing of Hazard. He's going to have to get him in one of these corners. The well-timed dive. Or wait for Hazard just to lose enough grip. As he could have made the move there, but he's just sticking behind Hazard. He's looking, he's making the move. Hazard slightly pushed out there, but Partridge keeps the position and doesn't keep the position, moves up a position, gets into 6th place as Hazard is now 6 tenths behind already. Which is quite a bit, especially in the wets. The RKI looks to be gaining away from Q-Tip now. So the Red Bull looks solidly in control of this race. He's actually catching back up to Draza here, whom is trying to just, find a way to catch up to Delta, who's 26.7 seconds in front, but hey ho. Delta and Draza both in their own little race. Meanwhile, Hazard is trying his best to catch back up to Partridge. But unfortunately, Hazard just can't see him.
Through to the Red Bull team, and it seems like Robbie's screaming down the radio to get this blue flag car through. He doesn't seem to be too pleased. He's getting held up quite badly now.
Literally just said that.
8 tenths. Yeah, well, I just walked back in, so madness. And he's not even. Now he's pulling over. He's gonna make it a difficult blue flag overtake here. There he goes. Now he pulls in behind.
As Adraza gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flag. Next is Legende with the fastest lap. And actually, with him ignoring blue flag there, he's now less likely to overtake Delta than he was earlier.
Yep.
As he's had to move out of the way for his teammate again.
I see what he's done there now. He has let his teammate through, but what he's done is he's tried holding up the Ferrari so his teammate can catch up, and he has caught up by a few tenths.
He's actually not caught up at all. In fact, RKI has just been slowed through a slow section.
No, that's not true at all. I know my facts.
The gap was 1.2, and now it's just finally gone down to 1.2. Due to Q-Tip gaining because he's faster at this moment in time.
This is absolutely ridiculous here from the Ferrari team. Not good enough. Not good enough at all.
I mean, I don't even know what to say now. Well, I can say Swanee's in a race of his own. I'm guessing penalties. Yeah. Time to have a drink.
Apparently, checking the weather thing here, there's only 10 minutes of rain to go.
So what's lap about? I don't know, maybe. Well, 10 laps is 13 minutes, so
it's about 8 laps.
Yeah, 8 or 9 laps, and the rain should be gone. But again, knowing Jeff and his reliable sources, I think it'll be a bit longer than that. So does that mean whoever goes onto the softs, first, has the best chance of setting fastest lap?
I think no, because people probably will still be quicker.
Oh, as Hazard...
And the track will dry up, so...
Hazard cutting corners again. It's not doing him justice at all. But he's still gaining away from Delta, so... I guess it's good enough for him. Meanwhile, Q-Tip's now only 1.2 seconds behind RKI. DSY Delta with a 3-second time penalty, which technically makes Draza a little bit less behind of him than he was already. And our main battling of this race is kind of over. But that doesn't mean that the race is over. The fastest lap point is still technically on offer, and Q-Tip, Nexus Legende, Paraplays and Hazard are all still quite close to the person in front of them.
We've got word on the weather there that it's only just over 5 minutes until dry weather now.
And that would make sense as Nexus Legende over 1:31.9. That's faster than Owen Cat's fastest lap in the dries.
That sounds about right as well.
I know, that's why I said it. We only speak facts here, kids. As Q-Tip's gained 3 tenths in the last 2 sectors and is now closing in on RKI. This could get quite tight. Get quite tight.
We just had word that the track is going to be drying up into light rain and not into dry weather conditions.
I mean, what is it now then? Considering everyone's on inters.
This is half heavy, half intermediate.
Well, what I want to know is what's going to happen with Hazard, because currently he's on the inters. The pit stops will take over 20 seconds. Delta could make a surprise comeback to get 7th place, which is actually almost double his points from 7 to 15, and that's 13. Sorry, I do apologise. So is that Delta? They're coming to the lap.
Swanee's just lost it.
Oh, as that's put Paraplays about a second in front now of where he was, or 2 seconds in front of where he was, and he's closing in on the Swan.
As it appears the Red Bull have some radio issues now, and there's not going to be any more Christian Horner, but we're going to be patched through to the Ferrari team.
This is ridiculous. You're losing your seat. You're losing your seat.
So you're not losing his shit. Hazard is 3.5 seconds behind rather than 4 now. It looks like he's lost it again. Has poor old Hazard. But Q-Tip is gaining on RKI. This should be a close fought fight, as the McLaren will want to gain up onto the Red Bull. The McLaren has more ERS than the Red Bull. The McLaren looks faster than the Red Bull, and that could mean that he gets the win.
ERS than the Red Bull. The McLaren looks faster than theRed Bull.
Oh, they just said them.
And he's running ERS around the corners, which is smarter than what the Red Bull is doing. So right now, if I'm being honest, the McLaren is looking better.
And he just puts into hot lap, but
that is the smart thing to do down the straight. And then keep your tyres cool and don't spin around the corners by going into none. That is a very smart way to do things. And it looks like the Red Bull is now copying because he's hearing over the Toro Rosso radio. As we go to Toro Rosso, this is Christian. This is the backup radio for the Red Bull team. Robbie, do what the commentators are saying. Oh,
cough. I mean, what?
Red Bull and Toro Rosso are going to have to be looked into. They might both get their cars disqualified and moving Porter up into P4, which would be absolutely amazing.
Oh, and then some miraculously Legende, Q-Tip and Swanee all get disqualified for doping. Yeah.
Yes. As Q-Tip is now down to 9 tenths from the 6 that he had before. It's now 8. He's flying here. He's flying. He's the quickest car on the field as we talk.
I still think Legende is actually catching up to them, as it's now 5.9 seconds the gap.
The time was 5.4 about 4 laps ago, so it's going down. Or sorry, it's going up.
Well, with 12 laps to go,
he's struggling badly here.
12 laps to go.
Looks like his game's crashed. What's happened?
RKI's left the session, which actually means Q-Tip goes into first place.
No.
Nexus Legende will be catching up very, very quickly as well.
Technical issue for the Red Bull. Technical issue. I warned you of the engine earlier.
Oh yeah, and it's now just disconnected from the simulation because this is the Matrix.
This is the Matrix.
But it looks like
As we invite Robbie to join the commentary team.
Are we inviting Robbie? Are we inviting Robbie to join the commentary team?
It's gonna take me 7 minutes to restore my licenses. It's over, boys. And my wheels broke as well. I won't go the right way around.
No,
So
it
what
just doesn't
licenses did you lose? Your driver's license?
The F1. No, F1.
happen. Swanee
like the
spun,
green light.
Swanee spun.
How'd you lose your F1 license?
Cannot use the content, cannot connect the server to verify the license.
It's because the PSN servers are down.
Oh, that's a big rip. Which means RKI is
unbelievable.
technically out of the race as we know it.
Hit me another invite. I think I got this now. I managed to skip a third though.
I can't.
I will do it
DCL.
now. I will.
I'm still activating because my PlayStation wants to be slow AF as I am in a crucial moment to do something.
As
Well, that's
Legend
actually
Nicholas Legente gets
into
into second
second.
place. There's a 28-second gap though for RKI to get back.
Oh my
now.
god, fucking activate! It won't activate, it's primary,
This
it's
is
just
a
saying.
So you have to mute him due to the foul language that is coming out of the Irishman's mouth there. RKI now
and
down
he's just
to
screamed
third
as he walks down the corridor to the driver's briefing.
for Red Bull. Paraplays
Yes,
could
Christian Horner does not seem happy.
Paraplays could be about to get a third place here, which actually be his first third
As it
place in
stands,
any
Fordrick
league.
could catch Swanee here, and that would be a great finish for the Red Bull team.
No, it didn't. Fifth place.
Oh,
You
sorry.
mad?
Yes, yeah, well, he's gonna beat RKI, and it seems like the Red Bull car has picked up a little bit of pace here.
Is RKI
It
back
looks like
in? Nope.
RKI, his game has fixed, and looks like he's on his way loading back in.
This could mean that Paraplays does not get that third place. It also means that this could be quite spicy between him and Nexus Legende, who's now closing in ever so slightly on Q-Tip. This could be Nexus Legende's technical win for the season. And this could be the turning point where Legende starts to really
Easily.
dominate like he already has been.
It's 22 seconds now from Para to RKI. As Legende is beginning to close in.
And I was keeping with Para here, it's now 21.7.
Para just
RKI
doesn't
has
have
joined.
this pace. As Podrick is catching Swanee, which is
RKI's
great.
AI going into the pits.
His car's gone into the pits. I can't believe it, Jeff. I can't believe it. The
RKI
Red Bull car has went into the pits.
RKI joins back in
For
the
another
pits.
pair of intermediates.
Going 12
24.
laps. But Para's joining in as well, which means it'll
It
be
looks like everybody
Swanee.
else might be.
Swanee maybe will staying out then. Yep, Swanee will be staying out.
Who's
Para
in the
plays. Speeding in the pit lane. RKI comes out in third. In AI still. No, back in himself now. As Swanee makes his way up into fifth.
The Red Bull engine has recovered itself.
Bartrig up into fifth. Now, can he make this place on his
Come on,
local rival
Partridge.
Para plays? Here we see
No.
Para out in front by 4.9 seconds.
Come on, Partridge.
Porridge.
Come on, Partridge.
Come on, Porridge man. He should be in the Mercedes because he is the Porridge man. But anyway,
There's talks of possible driver changes coming soon, and it looks like Nexus Legende is the closest thing to a Ferrari seat.
I think we should give it to Q-Tip instead.
That's racist.
Why?
Because
What?
I said so. Podrick's catching now, Swanee, which is just amazing.
No, he's not catching after that awful turn.
And that one.
And that one. And that one.
I was like, hey, he's just lagged out of the game again. I can't believe it.
Is he actually?
Let me just quickly sign on to his account.
Wait, is that what you did last time?
No, I didn't.
Cheat.
The licenses had something to do with his game.
Yeah, I know. And then the gap between Partridge and Swanee is now 5.3 seconds. That's the closest gap we have apart from Nexus Legende to Q-Tip. With 8 laps left, Hazard is off into the pits now. Which could mean, well, it won't mean that Delta's anywhere near.
To Partridge here, Porridge
Man.
Whatever you want to call him.
Boris. No, not Boris, Bottas.
Starfish.
We just called him Boris, not Bottas.
He was just called Boris by one of the commentators.
That's
Mr.
me.
Johnson himself.
Big up. As Hazard's gone into the mediums.
Hazard has gone on to the mediums. What a bold call this is.
Excuse me, what the fuck? Hazard, have you got like a different setting in this race? This is the yellow flag in sector 3. Not sure who it is. It's someone. Someone's slow. Oh well. In other news, Power Plays is closing back up to Porridge Man with 5.5 seconds being the gap. Drazer.
Patch another Ferrari radio here now.
Plan F. Oh, sorry. Plan W.
RKI with the fastest lap of the race in 1:31, which will give him
Partridge is into the pits. There he goes. Plan W's a go.
the fastest lap point. Drazer onto the softs as well. Power stays out for another lap. These guys thinking it's
the rain has
dry enough.
stopped. I must say the rain has stopped.
But it's surely not dry enough to go on
Partridge has pit for another pair of intermediates. What has he done? Oh no, what has he done?
As he gets the time out of corner cutting, Partridge has made a big mistake.
At premium right here.
Nexus Legende 2.7 seconds behind Q-Tip. Lapping boys like it's 0 AI. Q-Tip stays out. Nexus Legende staying out. Sector 2 yellow flag. Who's this twat? I mean, it's Drazer, but still.
I think the Ferrari just bottled poor Partridge.
No, I think Paul Partridge bottled Ferrari. As DSY Delta's into the pit lane, he's obviously coming in for a brand new set of 5-second stop go penalties. Yeah. As the Spain pit lane's quite long here.
It's not much long.
As RKI sets the fast lap of 1:31.4, Delta onto the mediums. Drazer taking the wrong route round.
As Partridge is carrying on now, and he's near lost the car.
Oh, this is just a calamity for some drivers.
Struggling. I think Partridge is going to be kicked from the Alfa.
Delta is out of the race. He's
a DNF for Delta.
Oh, he gets 9th place though, and Drazer, by staying in this, has actually just gained himself another position. Just like he gained one off you. Now if that yellow flag stays there, it could be a safety car. Should be rather interesting if everyone seems to go into the pits at one time. But I don't think we're going to get that. As Drazer moves himself into 8th place. The Ferrari team and the whole Ferrari manufacturer line are not having a good time. As we seem to have lost our co-commentator here. So I guess it's just back to me. Saying next Legende being 2.4 seconds behind Q-Tip. Not really gaining up enough. There's 5 laps still in this race. Feels like we've been on lap 28 for quite a while now. Don't know why. But there's not a real gain to this. for Legende. It's now going down to 2.4 though, so he could be gaining, but nevertheless, the track's still quite wet. And Legende's looking still... Yeah, he's still looking quite loose at the rear end. So it definitely isn't time for him to go change onto some new tyres. As you can see, Drazza kind of just waiting, and he's actually obstructed Legende.
Nexus Legende. Oh no, Drazza just, oh my.
And
I don't think Legende got any damage, but
and looking at that,
just hit Legende really badly. That's going to be a removal from the league.
And he waited there for Legende too. That is him deserving to be kicked. And just as a reminder to myself, I'm going to just put in the chat, kick Drazza, as Legende has been forced to go into the pits. He is not getting first place.
Now I will dip.
Oh, bye. DCL has left. I put kick Drazza in the chat. RKI will close in on Legende. Legende's gone onto the softs though. He knows he can't get first place, but he can get fastest lap and possibly, well, fight with RKI here, who's still on the intermediates. RKI with the position there, but it's next to Legende who we've got to watch out for here. Still wet conditions, still quite a bit of spray. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. It's Drazza again, ruining the race for everyone. And I don't know how someone like that could be drafted into a league. Because honestly, that is the most shocking driving I've ever seen. As he is now out, DCL and Delta will be moved up positions after Drazza's shocking behaviour here today. There's a safety car as well. Q-Tip's gone into the pits. RKI is staying out. This safety car will basically end on lap 32. Drazza has caused it. This will be interesting. A lot of people will either be pitting or staying out. I'd say pit, honestly. Q-Tip's gone into the pits. RKI will lose quite a lot of positions by pitting. Especially to people like Legende, Swanee and Para. Possibly even Partridge too. Hazard's probably the best for this safety car. But Q-Tip's come out onto the softs. They'll have to catch the safety car at some point. RKI stays out. Legende goes back into the pits for a fresh pair of tyres, which is quite obvious why. Swanee's gone in as well. RKI still trying to catch Q-Tip and the safety car. Swanee in, I don't know what for though. Para stays out. Legende's gone in for intermediates. Swanee's gone for softs, so they're completely reversing it here. Para out behind Legende. Still on the inters. Swanee will come out probably in front of Partridge here. No, Partridge is going to try and race Swanee to the end of the pit lane, but Swanee is not going to let that happen. And Hazard's just about a mile behind, but still. RKI still 6.9 seconds behind, now closing it up. Legende followed by Para, then Swanee. Partridge very close behind. Hazard still quite a while away. Not doing so well on these mediums. But Q-Tip is behind the safety car. That safety car will not be coming in this lap. It will be coming in next lap on lap 31. They'll have about 2 or 3 laps just to race properly. But anyway, it looks like RKI has finally gone into the pits where he's actually been able to overtake under the safety car. He's probably going on to the softs. Legende is behind Hazard, who's in his Haas. So yeah, blue flags don't really matter. The Legende is going to try and get past nonetheless. As both him and Para get past RKI, Swanee's just going to stay out on his softs. Partridge close enough behind. And Hazza still in dead last, but still. We've got Para here, looking to make his way past. I think Legende's past Hazza. Finally, as Hazza, don't know why he was defending that off. As he takes his lines normally, he lets Para through as well. RKI 10 seconds behind. They've got to catch this safety car. As Para lets Hazza back through for some reason. RKI continuing onwards though. Swanee continuing up to this front line with Partridge. And Hazza's just there. Kind of. Not really. RKI has finally caught the safety car queue. But can Swanee and Partridge... Swanee's 17 seconds behind RKI. He's going very, very slowly here. So I don't think he will. Safety car is in this lap. We'll go on to lap 32 and then lap 33. Q-Tip's holding everyone up. He's going to ruin their tyres quite bad. RKI went on to intermediates again. Which looks to be a very bold move on his behalf. Hazard's kind of just there. Swanee seems to be kind of catching. Hazard's just left out and he's doesn't want to get involved in this front fight. Legende will be on the back of Q-Tip for the whole of this straight. In fact, not on the back of him for the whole straight, on the back of him for like 2 seconds of it. As it's a very tight four-way battle here. This is for the lead. Next, Legende and RKI both squeeze themselves through. Q-Tip completely and utterly cuts the corner there and lets all of them go. He's lost it with his softs. With 2 laps, well, 1 lap and a half to go. Para could be in here for a podium. RKI could be in for a will be in for a podium. And anyone can get this lead. Anyone can get the win here today. Any of these 3 really could win it. Q-Tip's dropped back to 3 seconds behind though. Partridge has already gone a mile past Swanee. RKI been held up by Para. Nexus Legende having got a 1.1 second gap. Para defending second place for his life. RKI dives it up the inside and is closed in on Legende. Just that tiny bit. 1.6 seconds is the gap. He's got to catch in 1 lap. He's got to catch his 1.6 seconds in a lap. Hazza has a 3-second time penalty, which doesn't really matter. Partridge is in front of Q-Tip, who's lost it. He was in first. He made that stop onto the soft, and he's now down. Partridge up into third. The question is, can RKI get this win? Nexus Legende, no penalties whatsoever. He's had a warning. That's it. RKI, no penalties, 1 warning. Whoever gets a penalty here out of these 2 has lost this title chart, has lost this win. It's going to be a battle to the end. RKI has had to deal with Drazza. Nexus Legende also has had to deal with Drazza. They've both encountered the same issues. Legende not the best in the wet. These interconditions do seem like the prime chance for him though. RKI's brought the gap down by 2 tenths, but 2 tenths in 2 sectors is not good enough. The Williams is currently in front. It's now 3 tenths, 1.3 seconds behind. There is almost no chance of RKI getting this, but he's still going to put everything in it and try. as Partridge gets a 3-second time penalty, which won't really matter, it just will mean that Q-Tip probably gains a little bit of time on him, as Legende comes across the line in first place with the fastest lap. RKI stealing it off him in the last second. Para plays up into third with a 5-second time penalty. Partridge keeps fourth. Q-Tip will probably come home in 5th place. Don't know where Hazard is currently. He's just having fun doing donuts probably. Q-Tip gets 5th place after an unfortunate stop onto the softs. Swanee, on the other hand, will come home for 6th after again swapping onto the softs. If Swanee had stayed on the intermediates, he could have been in the top 4. I really think he could have won it as well. But he's up into 6th. As Hazard, with the last man left, and we may be here a while. Para, though, first podium of the season in WRL. 15 points going his way, which will add to his 22 by, well, 15, which will put on to 37 points. Closing up to DCL, who will now have 43. I was just watching Hazard having fun doing donuts. But anyway, boys, that is the end of our stream today. I would do driver interviews. However, you know, not really feeling it today. Also, I kind of need to get off, so thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, as we have Legende come onto the podium with RKI and Paraplays. Thank you, and good night. Also, don't forget to put in the comment section hashtag support Legende. Pick up Legende.